And I will just fill for a minute or two until we're sure that the recording started. And I'm going to lose my headset. Caught the headset.
This is usually where I instinctively get really quiet because for years that was what I did. Even though now for years it's not what we do. So now I'm going to keep talking so I can fill.
It's annoying how that works, isn't it?
A little bit. My brain does not always handle change. Oh no, my brain's a conservative. Uh, uh.
I think most of our brains are.
We are pretty well hardwired to. It's how you survive in the wild. Is you learn stuff, and then you act on that learning of stuff.
Yeah.
Science. I am literally the least sciencey person here. You have a degree in physics. Mike knows lots of stuff about everything, and Dirk actually teaches science to kids that want to learn it,
and ones that don't.
Yeah.
Let's say we need to have a clarifying phrase in there.
Yeah. Whereas I sometimes find it interesting, but a lot of times, a lot of it flies over my head, and I'm aware of that. So,
well, if there's ever any science that you would like explained, I'm sure Dirk and I could figure it out.
And then Mike would go in and be like, "All right, so here's these fools not messing this up."
you have answered my questions before, which I appreciate.
Look, I pride myself on being able to take complicated things and make them easily understandable, which is why when we would talk about like rules updates and whatnot in Magic, Mike would explain what's happening, and then I would put it in English.
I did get better about that.
Is the quantum zone a real place?
No. Not the way that it's presented, no. Or it could be, actually. We don't know.
That's true.
Once you get down to the Planck length and the quantum foam, there could be anything down there because we literally can't observe or measure anything.
But one thing of note is very unlikely that there will be a solid for you to walk on.
Yeah.
Can I exist down there for years without food or water or oxygen?
I mean that time and all those things. I mean, I could be lying that those things would run at normal speed, but who knows?
Anyway, now that we've got 3 minutes of nonsense at the beginning of the episode,
there you go.
Let us begin. I just realized my name isn't on the screen. Why is my name not on the screen? There's the art. Oh, I just missed it. There we go.
Everybody else.
Okay, now let's try this again. Ow, jam. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mana Pool. This is episode 635, wow, of the Mana Pool, and I am Chewy. Except, I'm only sort of Chewy. I'm also the Angel, because yes, we're doing an RPG episode. Yay!
Yeah, the Angel has a big sword.
First one of the year, too.
I have a big, I can't say that on this show. I have a big piss-off sword. It's Ethereum laced. Ooh.
It is. I'm Brian. I'm the lead rambler, tangent master of the group. And if you think you get to hear me talk a lot on a normal episode, well, these episodes, you get to hear a lot of me even more because I'm here leading this motley crew through their adventures on the plane of Trivester.
I really wanted to throw out a Motley Crue song, but my brain completely blanked.
Girls, girls, girls.
There we go.
I was going to go with No Sleep Till Brooklyn, but okay.
That's
Beastie Boys.
Say, wait, what?
I'm here leading these beastly guys.
Intergalactic planetary. Okay, anyway.
No, sleep till Aosk. Ooh.
I'm Mike. I'm also Karim, the soldier, a veteran of martial training, as it says here on my character sheet.
And I am Dirk, the self-proclaimed greenest man alive. It's been a little while.
It's a man alive.
And my character is Alaric, the monk who, despite being able to punch things, spends more time shooting things.
Accurate.
I were not even aware you could punch things.
His background is monk. Yeah, it's been the whole time. But
I mean, Bare Fist is one of my abilities.
Yeah.
Wait, who was it that caused the merfolk to explode so long ago?
That was Mike.
Oh my god.
That was Kareem Bloodfist. So
whoops.
That's What year was that? In the real world, what year did we record episode 407 in?
Oh god, it's probably best not to ask.
Gosh.
I had to guess 2019.
Dirk,
never mind. No.
That had to have been at least like 4 years ago, yeah.
Yeah. Like 2016?
Probably.
Wait, were you asking because you wanted to know, or were you asking because you know?
I don't know, but we don't have to spend time on it right now. If somebody knew, I don't know who would know off the top of their head. Oh my god! But I was just kind of curious.
Oh my god!
We can find out later.
Well, what was 407 was in February of 2016.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've only been doing this for 5.5 years.
Yeah. So yeah. Dirk made a monk, and as soon as he got to the first city, he's like arrowed. So, yeah. All right. So a little bit of background. Because it's been a hot minute. We have these 3 planeswalkers. They found themselves here on this plane. We're not going all the way back, but they've been searching for a way to get out. They have crossed mountains and plains and lots of forests, because the whole plane is covered by this forest called the Deep Green that keeps changing. And it makes it really hard to find your way around. They got souped-up weapons from a dragon dressed like a Noggle, kind of, sort of. And they made their way to Aosk to try to seek the help of Gander. On the way there, they got split up. Nothing bad happens when you split the party, except Karim found Gander, killed him, and became a vampire. The others caught up in the city of Aosk. They had just enough time to try to figure out the situation, gain a couple new powers and some new spells before the settlement was besieged by some wolves. That, in listening to the last episode to make notes for this, I apparently have a really weird way of pronouncing wolves. I keep wolves. Large furry canine creatures. And at the very end, the boss battle, so to speak, was avoided by Alaric forming a bond with the Den Mother and gaining the ability to summon a pack of wolves before it departed. A local man who assisted you by shooting some of the wolves, named Orem. No, not that Orem, as Chewie pointed out, just a local guy named Orem invited you to spend the night at his place. So, where we pick up is you're bedding down in this gentleman's house.
Oh, I remember. Wait a minute. Didn't I try something really stupid like intimidate and bluff or something to make the...
You did, and it worked stupidly well, and that gave Alaric the chance to connect to that wolf. So, yeah, you were like, I want to intimidate the wolf, and you rolled a natural 20. So,
holy crap, really?
Yeah. I had to really think about how that would play out. So, good job. This wolf that was like twice the size of a Humvee was coming, and you're just like, I'm a big angel, and she was like, submissive pose. So, but you find yourself going into this house. It's a very modest home. All the homes in Aosk are modest, and you are offered a simple supper of potatoes, corn, and a little bit of lamb, and you're ready to bed down for the night. Kareem, you do not need to bed down for the night, but you can rest. You can rest and relax. As a reminder, you did find the cloak of Gander's that will prevent you from being penalized from being in direct sunlight. You're still like
Not just penalized, but vaporized. We're reading the description of this.
Oh yeah. It's a good thing you didn't really go outside for more than like a half a second. Yeah. So good job.
Do you have a Holocaust cloak?
That is what you called it last episode too. Yes. So,
oh really?
Yeah.
It's good to know that I'm consistent.
Yeah, very consistent. So, is there anything?
So we're gonna put you on a wheelbarrow and light you on fire, and it'll be awesome.
Is there anything you guys want to do before you bed down or anything?
Have we already done a mana bond thing with this place? I don't think we have.
Kareem already got the benefit of it, but I don't know that you guys have. So if you want, before you bed down, you can go and do that.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So
try to get a Aosk.
Yeah, each of you roll a d6.
Which one's a 6?
A 2.
Yeah, I got a 5.
Okay. In this instance, both of you fail. So you are unable to make a connection with the land.
This land sucks.
Orem looks at you. Hey!
Well, clearly I didn't say that out loud. Would not be so cruel as to insult the man's homeland right after, he did us a solid while we were doing him a solid. Wait.
You both helped each other out.
Yeah.
So. Okay. So you failed to do that. Anything else you want to do, or are you just gonna go to bed? Bye.
Like, did we have a plan? Was there anything we were gonna start doing?
Let's see. We went to meet. Okay. So we went to the tower and kind of got stuck there, and then we went to go see Dragon. Can't remember the dragon's name right now.
Eichelnir.
Eichelnir directed us to go see Gander and to, ominously recommended that, do what we got to do. And then were we going to go back to the tower? I don't remember.
So, point of order, just since it's been a long time, you went to the tower, you encountered a crazy guy, a moonfolk, who kind of blew himself up a bit. You found the tower locked.
A bit.
You found a couple letters, including one that
was in my handwriting.
Yep, but you don't remember it. You went to go see Eichelnir. You passed her tests. In addition to the weapons that she gave you, she also gave you what she called a key, which looks like a brass ball. And she said you could go back to the tower. She recommended you go to Aosk and speak to Gander because Gander worked very closely with Eichelnir. She's kind of stuck. Not Eichelnir, Donothir. Eichelnir is kind of stuck in the mountain where she is because if she comes out, she'll burninate the countryside. She's a magma dragon that takes over the forms of lesser creatures like Noggles to conduct business and stuff. She was not aware of what had happened to Gander, so you received a couple warnings about Gander on the way there from like the Vana, the traveling tribe, that things were maybe not great, but then you got split up. You found Gander. You killed him. It's totally up to you where you guys want to go next.
We read some books in the library.
You did. The glowy books.
Yeah, the ones that gave us neat little powers.
Mm-hmm. The manifest spells.
So I guess so. Should we go back to the tower tomorrow? Start heading that way since those were the two options we were given earlier.
I guess maybe we should take one more look around the lab, see if there's any more clues or interesting things to read.
That's a good call. Hey, you don't need sleep. Why don't you do that while we get some sleep?
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Is that rude of me? That seems
laboratory
rude.
Okay. So, Karim, you want to go to his study while the others are sleeping?
Yes.
Okay. After you leave Orum's, while you're on the way back to Gander's place, you run into Alana again, the young woman who you had saved from Gander the first time you were there, and she had kind of come to terms. She had seen you attack Gander and thought you'd been absorbed into the black mana pool trademark. So she thought you had died. She saw you. She saw you later and realized what had happened, but she's not at all seem prejudiced against you, and she kind of looks at you and she says, "Yes, Kareem. How did everything go with the defense of the town? Are you all right?" And she's looking you over for any sort of wounds or obvious signs of injury all over you.
We're okay. We were able to fend off the giant wolves and even make peace with one of them. So all that's taken
Hmm.
care of for now.
You really do have some incredible friends, don't you? You take care of Gander, and we were afraid we'd be overrun by the wolves, and now you're saying they won't be a problem anymore? Hmm. You have some you are some very interesting people. Well, where are you off to now?
Oh yeah, they're great.
Can I be of any assistance to you this evening?
Well, I was going back to Kender's study to do some more research, see if there's any more clues about the next place that we need to go on our little investigation here.
Where do you intend to go? Do you know, or are you not sure?
I think we need to go back to, insert name of tower that I totally remember. Um, I don't know whether you've heard of it before.
Oh yes, that place, Noatune, the one that you remember really well. Um, hmm. Whoop. Can't roll dice on here. Uh,
I mean,
you know, I I have heard rumors. Is it is it a tower made entirely of red stone?
Is it?
Yes, it
Yes.
is. It's made of Karmot, which is the base substance for Ethereum. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. Is
Yeah,
it?
it's pretty freaky looking. It was covered in these weird vines too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I may have heard of a rumor too. Well, do you mind if I come along with you to the study and maybe help you look around?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you progress back to the study. Um, as you are poking around, you see again evidence of the struggle that had been there. There's the suits of armor that had been animated that are now just laying on the floor. The first level is the study with the books where you had encountered him. The second floor is his living quarters. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
You other two are sleeping soundly.
15.
15. Okay.
I'm just hoping I didn't choose poorly by recommending this, and then we get to the end of the episode and Dirk and I have said 4 words.
So you're looking around. You look through the books. He was not the most orderly. You remember that his books were kind of strewn about. Some of the most important ones were those that had the glowing on them. But with that roll, you do discover that as you take some books off of a bookcase, hidden behind some of them is what appears to be a metal scroll case. It's a tube, and you try both ends, and the one end is fastened. It's like welded on. The other end has a very small hole on it that looks consistent with a keyhole. Alana comes up behind you and says, "Oh, that's interesting. Do you mind if I take a look at that?"
Yeah, sure. Did he have a set of keys that he carried around with him, or hung
You
up
didn't.
somewhere around here, or
You
kept in his desk?
Are you asking me as the GM, or are
No,
you
no, I'm
asking
asking
her?
her.
That's an interesting question. Why don't you? He may have kept some keys. Um, you remember there's not really a whole lot of furnishings on this first floor beyond like
Yeah, there's the room
tables.
upstairs.
There's a room. Do you want to go check up there?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a d20 as you head up the stairs.
Start flipping over seat cushions. 11.
11. Okay.
You fall down the stairs and hit your head. You're
Well,
an idiot.
It takes you some time because you had already searched this room fairly well to try to find the cloak that you're now wearing, which there's an extra copy of that. A copy. There's an extra cloak in the wardrobe. But so it takes you, I'm going to say it takes you the better part of an hour. And finally, you actually do find on the um, on the back of a brick where you actually had to remove a loose brick from the wall. There is a short recess in there where you find a set of keys. It's two keys, and one of them is very small, and you think it could be for the scroll case because it's incredibly small, like super small.
Okay. Was there also like a little foot locker up here or something that the other key might work with?
You don't see anything else up here. You try in a couple things, but there's nothing with an obvious keyhole. You don't see a foot locker or a chest or anything like that.
Okay, I just didn't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's go
Okay.
check it out.
You go back downstairs.
Yes.
Alana is gone.
Is the scroll case still here?
There is an empty scroll case on one of the tables.
Does it look similar to the one I got from behind the
Roll
books?
a d. No, it's the same. It's the same one. It's the same one. Yes.
And it's open and it's empty?
It's open and it's empty.
Oh boy, okay.
Just the way Brian, just to break character real quick. I mean, the way Brian was voicing her, I did not trust her at all.
I am not a voice actor. This is not Critical Role. You're not going to hear me do da 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 da. I have been, in fact, my wife has expressly asked me on several occasions to not do accents out of respect to the cultures that I might be portraying, because I am not the good when it comes to voice acting. So
Yeah, I thought Brian was just being awkward. I didn't think of it.
I mean that too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we'll find out if it's a problem later.
Are you done looking around?
Yeah, let me go outside and see if I see her running away or something.
Okay. As you go out, you do not notice anyone leaving. You do notice that there is the door had always been opened for you before by someone else, and when the others got there, the door had been left open as Alana had fled. There is a keyhole on the door, just to gain admittance to the building.
Huh. Does a big key seem to go with it?
You try the other key, and that key fits in it perfectly. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll do a little tracking to see if I can figure out where she went. But
Okay.
it's
Yes,
probably not gonna work.
you do have the tracking skill. What is that for you? Is that a 1?
1.
All right. So go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
16 on the die.
16. Ooh. Okay. Well, I would say even though clearly she left some time ago, it is the nighttime. It is your time now. And with a little bit of study, you can see footprints that make a beeline out of the settlement, and seem to head in a direct easternly direction straight into the deep green.
No, I'm not gonna go on this wild goose chase right now.
Oh, okay. What do you do now?
Well, go back to Orm's place, I guess, or
Okay.
go back to I don't know. I'll just go back to the study and keep poking around at books.
Okay.
And when we get to the morning, just tell me if I found anything.
Okay. Well, if you're just looking around generally and you're spending the rest of the evening there, I'll say that you find 30 gold pieces there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You weren't really looking for that before, but taking the time and looking through everything, you actually find a book downstairs that you take the cover off of it, and there's a small iron box inside that has the money inside of it.
Cool.
But otherwise, morning comes. Insert cock crowing here. Rooster. Yeah. The two of you that are not Karim, Alaric and the Angel, you wake up in Orm's house, and you do not see Karim.
Yo, Al, you up?
Yeah,
You don't see
That's
Shorty
fun.
anywhere, do you?
I don't.
You didn't see
Wanna
where he
go look
went,
for
did you?
him? No.
Why you got to bring up old stuff?
Oh, did you come back, or are you just talking to
No.
me out of character?
I'm talking to you.
Look, it says specifically in my notes, be sure to call Kareem Shorty. I don't remember the context other than you were shrunk and maybe didn't quite get back to the right height.
That's my recollection.
Yeah.
Well, you want to go see if we can find him?
Yeah, we probably should. Who knows where he's gotten to this time. Hopefully he won't be a vampire werewolf by the time we find him.
That'd be his luck.
Then I'll have to stop you from killing him again.
That was a close deal. All right. Well,
Oh wait,
we're gonna go check the library.
Is Orem still in here?
Yeah.
Is he up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Morning.
Thank you for the hospitality, sir, but we seem to have lost our other party member.
Didn't think he was gonna go check some things out while you guys were sleeping.
Yeah, hopefully that's where he still is. But
Appreciate everything.
I forgot we knew that.
Appreciate everything you guys have done for this place. It means a lot.
We are here to help.
Well, be safe on your day now. Come back anytime you need to.
Oh. All right, let's go find Karim.
I would assume he'd probably be at the library or something of that sort. We go back
Yeah,
to the tower.
hopefully he's still in Gander's lab. So let's go see.
Okay.
This is my walking over there sound.
All right. You get over there. You find Karim in a stack of books, just looking through the place has been tossed. Clearly, he has been here all night. I would say he has red eyes, but he has very black eyes now, just like bottomless pits of nothing. But may have like little circles under him, even though he's a vampire now. He's still a little new to this, and his mind, if not his body, may be catching up to the fact that he's okay with just staying up all night. But he looks a little frazzled. Do you think, as far as you can tell?
Hey, buddy. Did you find anything good?
Hey, well, I don't know, maybe, but then it ran off. So on my way back over here, I happened to bump into, I can't remember her name, Alana, and she offered to help me. I found an interesting looking scroll case, that thing over there on the table, locked, that was hidden behind some other books. I went up and tossed Gander's room to try to see if there was a key to open it up. I found one, but when I got back down here, the scroll case was empty and Alana was gone. I tracked her out to she left the settlement and went out to the edge of the woods, but I didn't want to get into that on my own in the middle of the night. I figured if we needed to go after her, then it could just wait till all of us were together. So I have no idea what all that was about and what she ran off with and what I actually found.
Well, that's just great.
Yeah.
It's probably the key to everything, and you just let her walk right out the front door with it.
It probably is, yeah.
Well,
progress locked us here. The game can't be finished at this point. Screwed it all up.
It's like missing the dog in King's Quest or whatever. So, did you find anything else? Anything else going on? Anything else good?
No, I mean, there's plenty of stuff in here about just his magical studies in general and his descent into decadence and madness and whatever, but nothing that seems to be able to help us.
Fair enough. Well, now what? Do we see if we can track her down to see what she's got for her own good or for our own good or for somebody's good?
Maybe.
Or do we just...
Where are we in relation to the tower? Is it in a due easterly direction from us, the way she went, or some other direction?
It is in a due easterly direction from where you are.
Okay.
I've got a map
She
right here.
said she heard of... I happened to mention a little bit about what we were doing and where we were going to go next. It seemed that she had heard of the tower. And since it's in that direction, I don't know. Maybe that's where she went.
I should say it is due east
of the tree,
and then a little north. Yeah. So
and we're south of the tree, so not
you
quite
don't
due
get
east, but
you don't get too close to the tree. It gets wonky. So
no, I'm saying I've pulled up the map. I've got it on the screen now, and for everyone to see. And we're down here in the south of the tree, and the tower is due east of the tree.
Yes.
Okay.
So she bounced in that direction. Wait, we have this map, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should whip out the map and be like, see, here's you are here.
Yeah. You have a copy of this map, yes.
Well, I guess since the two things are in the same direction, I guess we should just head that way and see what we can find, huh?
Yeah, that's what makes sense.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Before we leave, I'm going to try another bond with... What is that? Oh my god, I thought there was a bug on the wall. Sorry. What was I saying?
You were gonna try another bond with the land, I'm assuming?
That was it. Yeah, sorry. Like, seriously,
Okay.
out of the corner of my eye, I thought there was some sort of giant ass bug on my wall, and it turns out there's literally nothing there, and I have no idea what I saw, but it made me jump. Oh my god. Alright, what do I do? Roll another 6?
Yes.
Yep.
Are you gonna try again?
I got a 5 again.
Dirk, are you trying again, or are you not?
No, I'm not.
Okay. 5, unfortunately, due to largely the fact that you don't have any sort of relationship with black mana, and you are so white aligned, and Gander's magic has really kind
Oh.
of seeped into this place.
That makes sense.
It's really hard for you to form a bond with this. You're trying, and it's just not happening.
Oh well. I did not even think of that.
All right. Are you staying here, or are you leaving?
I don't know. Is there anything else in here we should take with us or anything?
I'm pretty sure Karim went through everything.
Okay.
All right.
I was hinting that maybe we should take the backup Holocaust cloak, but apparently not.
Is there a backup one?
Yeah, Brian said.
I mean, I thought about it, but yeah, sure, fine.
I don't know how heavy they are, or how much effort they are to carry.
They're actually extremely light, like lighter than they should be for the material. So
That's not ominous at all.
Keep in mind they were made by a master mage for his own comfort. So
that is a good point.
So, Dirk, Mike, if you just want to add a backup one to your inventory, and then if you guys are you staying in town, or are you heading out? And if you're heading out, which direction are you going?
I mean, we should probably follow her trail, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to follow her.
Off we go.
All right. Who is leading the trek?
Yeah, do we get the person with trekking to lead, or the person with tracking to lead? Or do we just assume she's going to the tower and just go that way? That seems like a good assumption, but that's just me.
So it's been overnight. The forest is weird. It's probably changed already. It's probably erased her tracks. Let's just trek our way to where we think she's going.
That is a good point. All right, Alaric, lead the way.
Okay.
If Alaric is leading, then Alaric, I need you to roll a D for this one. I need you to roll a D6, please.
3.
Okay, interesting. All right. So you are heading.
We're all gonna die.
You are heading due east. Interestingly enough, even though you guys came in separately, neither one of you encountered any sort of hilly area. Heading in the most direct easternly way you can, it seems like any sort of path starts to curve a little bit to the south, and you're trying to right yourself, and you suddenly find yourself in a hillier area. It seems like the elevation is increasing. That's okay. Blast from the past. As you are hiking along a rising ridge, Alaric, you hear a very familiar throbbing, humming, buzzing sound coming from the path ahead of you. The path curves a little bit. You can't quite see it, but you you are aware that somewhere ahead of you, you think there is a killer bee hive.
Oh no.
No, you don't see any bees actually flying around. So you're starting to go up a rise. You can slide down the rise, but that will lead you in a very southerly direction. You can keep going along this way, which is a northeastern direction, or you can attempt to try to go up the more sheer side of this hill, which is going to be very steep climb, directly to the east. Or you can go back the way you came. Which way do you want to go?
I want to avoid the bees.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you go
Possible
south?
exits are north, south, and Dennis.
Yeah. You can go any way except for the northeastern way then. You can go directly east, which is going to involve you trying to climb a bit over some much hillier ground, or you can slide down and go to the south and try to then curve your way back up later.
I mean, given that I can fly, I'm good with going up that way. But,
Okay.
you know, I don't know about these poor groundlings here. What do you guys
We'll
think?
try it.
Sure.
Ooh, and I can fly, so I could always, like, help.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Which one do you want to try to help?
Well, I mean, if there's a problem. I don't mean actually, like...
Okay. Oh, you're just going to be monitoring them. All right. You go ahead and roll a d6 for your fly ability. You have a
Yep.
fly of 2, is that right?
I think so. Scroll. Nope. Scroll the other way. Yeah, 2.
2. Okay. All right. So roll a d6.
I got a 6.
Oh, wow.
Why am I getting 5s and 6s when I'm trying to do nothing, but in combat it's gonna be like, I rolled a -3. What?
That's great. Having, even though he doesn't exist in this version of the universe, all of a sudden you hear danger zone in your mind, and you just take off like one of the blue angels, and you're just boom, and you're going up the hill, no problem. Each of you other guys, I'd like for you to make a d20 roll and add your power to that.
I mean, I wasn't planning to take off. I was just gonna...
Well, you almost maybe let's just say that you have no issue whatsoever. You're not leaving them behind, but almost
Okay.
after the events of the last couple days, where you've been relatively earthbound, you take to the sky with almost joyous exuberation.
I mean, that is accurate.
Look at me, Ma, no hands. Alaric, what did you get?
13.
And that's including your power?
Yep.
All right. And Kareem?
8.
Well, somebody's gonna need a hand.
Okay. So, this is steep, going on almost sheer. And you're going up, and the angel's kind of keeping an eye on you. And Kareem, you're probably out a little bit in front anyway, because you were already leading this. And you stumble a couple times. Alaric, you're good, because you were leading a little bit, and I can't keep your name straight. And you stumble a couple times, but otherwise you're good. This goes a good 30 feet up, but you do manage to find your way up. Kareem, you are nearly there, and you are looking for a handhold, and it's not there, and you are starting to fall backward a little bit. Angel, because you were anticipating this, go ahead and roll a d20 for me, please.
20. That is this one. Yep. I got a 6.
You go to reach for him, but the angle's not quite right, and he slips, and he slides more than anything else. So he doesn't actually take any damage, but he's now about halfway down the slope, and the buzzing is now getting louder, and you can start to see some bees in the distance. It looks like you may have attracted their attention. Alaric, you're good unless you want to go back down. Karim, if you want to try again, roll a d20 again.
I do want to try again.
Okay.
So with power, 12.
With power 12. Angel, are you just watching this happen, or are you doing anything?
Let's see. Hey Kareem, you want me to try to help you up some, or you got it?
Maybe I got it.
Okay, we'll see. I'll just hang out nearby.
You're back on your feet, and you are moving up, but you are moving slowly. You're trying to be more careful than last time, but at this rate, you are beginning to believe that the bees might catch up to you.
Okay, I need help.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can't, do the arms under the armpits carry thing.
Okay, roll a d20.
D20. All right, let's actually roll this time. Don't just land flat on a 6. Go. It is 10.
10. You managed to get him up, and you are now all at the top of this. You see that this is a bigger hill than you realized, and you've got only about 100 feet or so, and then it starts to slope down, heading to the east and northeast in the direction you want it to go. Beneath you can see the curve in the path, and you can see there was a giant killer wasp nest in front of you. You can see it from up here, and it is massive. And you can see that the bees are starting to swarm toward you. You've only got a couple seconds. Do you want to stay, or do you want to go? Go.
Yeah, you said this is just a. It's not like a sheer drop.
It's anything. Not a sheer drop. It's a hill, and after 100 feet, it starts sloping down the other side. It's still fairly steep. You might lose your footing, but it's not like a sheer drop. You can risk it if you want. You don't see any creatures or anything directly over there right now.
I mean, none of us are really equipped to handle bees very well, are we? That was to you guys.
Nope.
Okay.
Excuse me.
All right. So you get to the other end. You look down, and again, it's not a sheer drop, but it's probably about at least a 30 degree drop right there, just a 30-degree angle going down. It's noticeable. You just kind of run right through it and just kind of use the momentum to get further ahead, or are you going to slowly, carefully pick your way down? Or fly?
The bees are seconds away, so we got to go.
The bees are seconds away. Okay. All right. Then everybody roll a d20, please.
Where's my d? Oh, it's where it landed when I rolled it the last time.
Do we modify with anything?
Not this time.
Wait, am I still flying?
You could be. You didn't say that you came back down.
Yeah, I figure I just sort of dropped him and you turned to look.
Yeah.
Okay, well, am I still rolling a d20 to fly down the hill?
Yeah. Just go ahead. Just go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay, I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3, and Alaric rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Karim, what did you roll?
9.
We're
about to Princess Bride our asses down this hill, aren't we?
Yeah, as you wish. You start going down, and you're like, okay, great, we're gonna get away from these bees. And Alaric, you almost immediately lose your footing, and you start to roll down this hill. Angel, you see this happening, and you try to reach for him, and as you get a little lower to the ground, unexpectedly your foot hits an upturned root, and you plop, and you start cartwheeling down the hill. Karim, you're watching this and you very nearly faceplant. And if anything, seeing that, you actually slow down a bit. You don't hear the bees as loudly behind you, and you're just watching them go. What's the phrase? Rear over tea kettle? No. Something like that. Um, but the two of you very quickly reach the bottom, and who? Alaric, you slam into a tree and you take 2 damage, just from the force of the impact. Angel, you likewise, essentially right next to him, take 1 damage.
Was that toughness or HP?
That you work off a toughness first. So, if you print out your new player sheet, if you want, I put little tracking things on there where you can just like use a pencil and check them off, and then as you heal them, you can like erase it.
Brian, I think you're the only person on this in this time zone that still has a printer that they use.
Probably. I put it there as an option for you to use. Otherwise, you can. But you work off of toughness first, and then you will gradually get that back. Hit points are a lot harder to get back because that's actually like debilitating damage. Kareem, you find your way down to the bottom, and when you get down there, these two are in a little bit of rough shape. The angel is able to get up first. Kareem, Alaric clearly had the wind knocked out of him, and he's still kind of down on his knees. You no longer hear bees.
Well, thank goodness.
As you know, this place doesn't really have so much in the way of roads, but you do see an opening in the trees ahead of you that would seem, from the bottom of the hill, would seem to head in a eastern by northeastern direction.
Okay, I think we lost him. You guys okay?
I'm all right. Al, you okay? You hit that tree awful hard. Al, did you mute?
It's worse than I thought.
Oh God, he's dead.
Like, I'm good.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Said, I'm good.
Why are you not lighting up in Discord?
Because I'm just cool like that.
That's weird. Mike, you're not lighting up either. It's just me and Brian, and they're not even...
Weird.
They're not even right. What the hell is going on?
Man,
Okay, anyway.
Looks good on my side.
Would you like me to heal that up for you, buddy, before we run into something else bad?
Yes, please.
All right. Let me take a minute and grab like a I guess 3 of my planes and just cast a blessed healing to knock those 2 toughness off.
All right.
Or add those 2 toughness back, I should say.
So, Dirk, you recovered 2 toughness.
Yeah, I'm a helper.
Okay.
All right. You better now? You good?
I'm good. Thank you.
All right.
You will collect yourselves at this point in the day between the trek from the town and then going up the hill and down the hill. It's probably about midday. Do you want to continue through the opening into the greater forest?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Who is leading?
I think that's a dumb question at this point.
Okay. I always gonna check. Always gonna check. You never know. All right. Alaric,
So, Dirk, have you had a better trekking skill this whole time?
No.
What is your trekking skill?
I don't have one.
Okay, that's what I thought. I have trekking
I don't
too.
know why I got thrown in the front.
Wait, so who's got...
I do. I have trekking too. It's just I'm horrible at it in real life for some reason.
So wait, who's?
I didn't know if
All I
you
have
guys...
is negotiate and empathy.
Oh, you said earlier that you were tracking, and I thought that that means that you have tracking and he has tracking, and nobody like corrected me on that.
I thought you
No,
guys
I
were
have
just
both.
I thought you guys were just mixing it up a bit. Like
Oh.
Kareem has always led the way, and it has led to some hilarious results. So I just
He
thought,
dropped us into a lot of things.
I just
Like a
thought,
hornet's
okay,
nest last time.
Yeah, I have the
Okay.
skills. That's why I always lead the way. It just never works.
Oh, my bad.
So-
Like I said, nobody corrected me or spoke up, so we just sort of Dirk's in the lead. Let's go.
So the first time that Alaric leads you, he leads you into an area that nobody's been to before, including on the way in here, and you find giant killer bees. So
in other words, I have just amazing tracking
so I will
abilities.
repeat my question.
Oh,
Who's leading?
I will.
Okay.
I will lead the way.
The
We all.
knight.
I point my finger at Kareem and go, "He is."
All right. So
This is
Mike,
all very awkward.
Mike, if you would roll a d6, please.
Okay.
It's like I haven't spoken to you two in like 10 months.
6.
Okay. Straight as an arrow. You do that thing where you kind of like lick your thumb and you hold it up to the wind and you look around and you're like, east is this way, of course. And you lead into the deep green. You travel for I can roll on the desk. You travel for a little ways, and then you enter into an uninhabited clearing.
I look around and see if there are any bees.
Roll a d20.
7.
There are no bees.
Thank goodness.
No sleeping gorillas. No.
There are
Boars.
no bees.
Okay.
Well, you did say uninhabited, so nothing lives here. All right, now what?
All right, let's go.
Okay.
So you're getting ready to leave?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm continuing on my merry way.
All right. Who's in the middle? You would have been single file to enter the space just because the trees are very dense.
I'll be in the.
I was going to say, I feel like I'm in the back because I have big ass wings that I don't want people to kick.
Okay. After you have checked this out and see no bees, you get ready to continue along your way, and out of the woods directly behind you and to the left, a fleet-foot panther lunges out at the angel. All right, Angel, what did I tell you your defense is? Your defense value is...
Hang on. I've got too many things open. My defense is 4, but I have an untapped tier, so it's 5.
So it's 5. Okay. So with that, this panther lunges at you, and you have just enough sense that you bring up your sword and you deflect the attack. There is now a panther inches from you. Because you were the one that was attacked, I'll let you go first. What do you want to do?
Hang on, I'm double checking all of my skills real quick before I forget.
Sure.
My sword is a heavy weapon, right?
It is a heavy weapon.
Okay, just making sure.
All right.
Well, considering that a panther just swiped at me, I guess I will swipe back.
All right. So for your weapon, I believe it's a D12. So go ahead and roll that D12. Take a swing at the panther.
All right, that is definitely not a D12. That's a D12. Don't make fun of me. Shut up. I can count. Huh. I got a. The line goes on the bottom, so a 9.
You got a 9. All right. So you bring back, swing down, and you catch the panther across the face. It lets out a
Oof.
loud rah, and it jumps back a bit, still in the fight. You are
Wow.
two.
I just hit it with my 5 power and it didn't die? Jesus.
What is your?
My power's 2 and I have heavy weapons, so.
Oh, yeah. No, it did. I forgot about her. You. Yeah. Okay. So it did. You swing back and you take off its head. Good job. This is what heavy weapons is good for. So, not to mention your new shiny sword. So,
Did you guys see that? A panther just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
you saw its head go flying somewhere.
Well, that's what it gets.
mm,
Can we get out of here before something else comes at me, just without warning?
Gonna check and see if there's any gold on it.
Why would a panther have gold?
Why wouldn't a panther?
This is not a video game. It was not on the way to the store to buy milk. I mean, if y'all want to dig around in a dead panther's body, go for it.
No.
blood is now gushing from the dismembered neck, and its claws seem to involuntarily curl up into fists.
Ugh. All right, yeah, let's go.
Keep walking.
Keep walking. All right, Mike, roll your d6. Did very
Okay.
well last time.
1.
Spoke too soon.
I mean, there's only 6 different numbers on this thing.
See?
That's true. And you do have a trekking of 3, so
2.
of 2.
It says 2 on my sheet.
You're correct. All right. You go for a while, and you kind of start to feel like this might not be right. You're following what appears to be a path for a while. It's been about 2 hours, and you enter an uninhabited clearing that has a dead panther body on your left side as you come back into it.
All right. Try again.
Hey, this looks
Okay.
familiar.
The dead body is now decomposing extremely rapidly, which you may remember is one of the effects of the magic here, is that the deep green is largely self-cleaning. So, yeah. It's now definitely getting on in the day because it's been a couple hours. You want to try again?
Yes.
Try again.
Has my damage healed yet?
At this point, yes, your damage is healed.
Yay.
From the fall, yeah.
3.
3.
Aha.
Okay. All right. With 2, okay. You do make your way, and you're going through the path, and you see a rock, and you're like, this looks familiar. And instead of going right at the rock, which the path would seem to suggest, you find an opening between some closed trees, and you go to the right instead. Did I say right? I meant left. You go through the narrow trees, and actually, surprisingly, you come out of those narrow trees, and you find yourself in a plains, and you can see the woods behind you, and you can see that this is largely essentially a break in the deep green, but there's plains, there's a lot of grass, looks like some almost wild wheat growing. It's clearly not being tended by anything, and some vines of things growing on the ground, but no trees. You can see maybe ahead of you, uh, several, at least a mile away, where the deep green starts up again, but you are actually entering into a plains area. As you take all this in, you hear from above you a large sounding caw, sound, and you look up just in time to see this massive shape cross over the sun and make this gigantic shadow on the ground. It's too far up to really see if it's noticed you yet or not. But this is a big bird.
Nazgul! No, wait.
So what do you want to do? You got plains in front of you for at least a mile. I will say that it also this plains. You can see the trees in front of you at least a mile away. You can't see where the trees really begin again to the south or to the north. So the plain seems to stretch almost in a band along this north to south direction.
I swear I hate magical places. All right, what do we do about that? Like, there's
I think
nowhere
we
to
just stay
hide.
close. Well, can we not skirt around the tree line, or does this not work that way?
Brian just said we can't see where we physically can't see the trees in either direction other than straight ahead.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it's like a big band of plains that stretches off for God knows how long in both directions.
You can see the trees behind you, and you can kind of see the tree line to the north and south, that you just kind of came from. On the opposite end, you can see directly in front of you, again about a mile away where they start. Looking to the north and south, you can see I'm trying to describe this, I'm doing a poor job.
So the tree line that we see just sort of stretches off into infinity until we can't see it anymore.
I get
right.
it. Okay.
So if you want to hug the tree line, you can, but you're not sure about how far in that direction it actually goes. You can't see that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we try to sneak across, or wait for the bird to leave, or what?
Like, that's a big ass bird. I don't actually. I'm looking up as I say this. I don't know. I don't really feel like trying to fight it off if it sees us and decides to get hungry, but I also don't know if we should just hang out here for who knows how long. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
It is not sundown, but it is probably at least 4 o'clock or 4:30 in the afternoon.
Like, if we could somehow make it across without that thing dive bombing us, that would be nice.
We might be able to sneak across.
Should we sneak across, or should we just make a run for it? Like, that's a pretty good hike there. So I don't know if making a run for it is quite the right idea, but there's nowhere to sneak.
No, I mean, it's definitely going to be faster than us. Well, there's no tall grass. Is it just like short grass?
It's all short grass.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah, if it was tall grass, there'd be velociraptors in it. Duh.
There are spots where it gets taller. Again, you see some wild herbs and wheat and things growing here and there. So there's spots where it gets taller, but it probably never gets higher than... It probably never gets up to your waist. In the deepest, in like the thickest parts. Which would probably be toward the middle of this section. So you'd have to make it about a half a mile first. What do you want to do? Call.
I guess we can just take our... I mean, I'm fairly certain that if a giant bird attacks us, we could probably handle it. So we want to just...
For it?
Quickly go as quietly as possible?
Yes.
Just straight across?
Straight across.
Just going straight across. Are you getting down on your hands and knees and crawling, or are you just bolting?
Like
I'm gonna
neither?
do crouched run.
A crouched run.
You know, like you're kind of bent over half, but running while trying to keep your head ducked low.
Are your arms back like you're Naruto, or are
Yeah.
you
No,
okay? All
I
right.
will have my bow ready though.
Oh, you okay? All right, that's good to know. Give me 1 second. Okay. So you start going across. You hear caw from above, and it just seems to circle a minute, but it doesn't seem to really be tracking you for about a quarter of the journey. And now, when you're about 3/4 left, it is turned and it is starting to head straight toward you, and it is starting to descend at a fairly rapid pace.
Is it announcing this with a sound?
Caw! But louder.
I just really wanted to see if Brian would make a better sound.
I don't have better sounds. We've covered this already. Caw?
Let it be like a scratch or something, Uh, I think it spotted us.
Okay, well, let's, I guess, get lower down to the ground.
Okay.
Or are we just gonna try to flatten ourselves and see if it gives up?
Well, we'll be harder to hit if we're not standing up. If we're laying down.
Or we could take the offensive while it's coming at us.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So I'm gonna whip out my sword and sort of plant myself and face the bird.
Okay.
Bored.
So you're not jumping up to meet it. You're just kind of waiting for it here.
Not yet. No.
Okay. All right. It's getting closer. You've got like a good minute before it comes to you, because it was pretty far up. But you're just waiting and preparing yourself.
Yes.
Alaric, what are you doing?
Space myself from everybody so that way if it attacks them, I'm not in front of it all. If it attacks me, it lets them be behind the bird.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm spacing myself so that way if it goes after one group, either I would be able to attack from behind, or if it attacks me, they will be able to attack from behind. And I'm going to fire whenever the bird gets within range.
Okay. All right. It's not quite within range, but I'll let you know when it is. And then Karim, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll take the advice to spread out, scatter a little bit, so
Okay.
we don't get clobbered at the same time.
All right. I want to make sure I'm looking at the right stats for this.
So I'm guessing I'm in the center and Dirk's off that way and Mike's off that way.
Yeah, sounds like it.
And you said you're in the center. So.
Well, since I just planted myself and they spread out, that seems
Okay.
like a logical assumption.
You look and we both go different direction. You're going, dang it.
All right. This giant bird, as it gets closer, you can see it. Its face is not. It's definitely a bird of prey. It looks almost like an eagle, but it's massive. Its wings and body are covered in thick white feathers, and it is now screaming as it comes down to you. Alaric, you can go and take your shot right before it gets down close enough to snatch you up. It is now heading toward. It's heading toward the angel, since she's in the middle.
All right.
And closest to where. Yeah. All right. So take your shot. So with yours, I want you to roll a. What I say? I think it's a D12. Yeah. Roll a D12. And what arrow are you using?
A standard arrow.
An iron arrow?
Iron arrow.
Okay. All right. So you're not going to add. So just roll a D12.
2.
2. Yeah, your shot goes wild. You don't even come close. This thing is all of a sudden is pulling into a dive much faster than you were expecting. So you have lost an iron arrow. Given the range on your bow, you have one more shot literally as it is getting to the angel. So, Angel, are you also slashing with your sword, or are you trying to sidestep, or what are you trying to do? It is coming for you, talons stretched out.
I mean, it seems like I should do both. Does that make sense? No, that doesn't
You
seem
wanna-
like an angel. Yeah, I will just slash up towards the damn thing as it gets to me because I am the angel and I don't give a damn.
All right, then I want both of you to roll a d12 and tell me what you get.
Yeah.
7.
What'd you say?
A 7.
Oh,
A
all I heard
7.
was Vin. And I got a 10.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, and you used an iron arrow. Is that correct, Mr. Olaric?
That is true.
Okay. So, boom and boom. Okay. Your arrow strikes it in the leg, which causes it to pull out of its dive just in time for it to take um basically the sword in the chest, and it's a much heavier hit than it would have been otherwise. So that is some excellent teamwork there. It is up in the air, but uh, for a moment before it starts to crash to the ground, it is now. It picks itself up a bit and it's staring at the angel, and it screams in the angel's face for a second before it then slowly lowers itself down to the ground again and closes his eyes and slumps over. That was a boatload of damage considering it was coming for you.
So what are you yelling at me for? I was just defending myself.
It doesn't respond.
I figured.
That is a dead windbrisk raptor.
I don't even know what that is. But now I'm going to look it up. Windbrisk.
wanna see if I
Oh!
can-
You're right. That's a big-ass bird.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
did
going
it
to see
have
if I can
lifelink?
retrieve my arrow.
Guess it didn't matter.
You want to see if you can retrieve your arrow?
See.
You can retrieve the one iron arrow that's stuck in its leg. The other one that you misfired with is gone. Like, if you want to search, it will literally be a needle in a haystack.
You know, if I had been smart, I would have picked up some iron arrows in the village.
Yeah.
It's
You're
possible
getting
they would have
pretty
had
low,
some to
aren't you?
spare.
Yeah, I only got 2 left.
As you are retrieving your arrow, the sun is basically going down to the horizon. Karim, you feel great. And speaking of which, Karim, I want you to roll. What is that? I want you to roll a d20.
I don't want to roll 20. I have to. 14.
14. You feel this intense hunger start to hit you, but you are able to shake it off.
We really need to get this curse off of me soon.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
So
As
wait,
you're up
what?
here, man.
What just happened?
Oh, I just felt really bad for a second right there. I think it has to do with this vampire curse.
Oh.
Okay,
All right.
so the sun is going down. You got a big dead bird there.
Oh man. Well, if we're How far? We're not close to the edge, or to the edge of the woods, are we?
No, you stopped at a little over a quarter of the way there.
Hmm. Well, do we
You
want to
you were heading due east, right, to try to head to the woods over there.
Yeah.
Now that you're in the middle, you can again see that these plains travel far to the south and far to the north.
So I don't know if this is still a going concern. I know it was earlier in the campaign. Brian was all concerned about us eating and drinking.
That was like one episode.
Do
And then I
we?
said,
Is there any reason for us to like have some giant drumsticks and cook them up and eat them or anything like that, or should we just assume that our characters are doing whatever that sort of thing is if necessary?
I will keep track if you are getting really low on food and you're in an area where food is not readily available. I'm assuming that if you have rations or access to regular food, like I didn't narrate you having breakfast at Orem's house today. I just kind of figured you did that.
Yeah.
But if you want to eat the rock, you can eat the rock. But if not, I'm you guys are fairly well stocked up, so you're okay. Do you want giant Kentucky Fried Chicken raptor wings?
I mean, I'm always down for a giant. Like, you seen the turkey legs at Ren fairs? I want one that's literally the size of me.
Somebody has a cooking aptitude.
I do. Yeah, let's
the vampire does.
Let's make
Naturally.
camp and pick something to eat.
Okay, so you make camp.
Yeah, I didn't know if we wanted to
left in the bird, or is it too late for that?
There's blood left in the bird. Sure.
Okay, let me grab some.
Okay, so you want to go ahead and do that.
Oh, that's disturbing.
It's disturbing, but it tops him off. So you should probably be glad he's doing it. I didn't specify a living creature on that, did I? So,
you did specify living creature. That's why I asked you.
Okay. Well, it's wasn't brain dead yet, so there we go. It was pretty good.
Like, you're eating chicken. It's not good. It's not great, but it's good enough.
Yes. All right, so you guys are dining. I'm assuming you're not drinking. No one else is drinking the blood of this beast. I'm assuming you're actually like cooking it and eating it, right?
I'm fairly certain if I do that, I have to turn in my wings. So.
Okay, so who's butchering and cooking the bird? I'm curious.
I'm cooking.
All right, roll a d20 and add 1.
17.
This bird is delicious. It's for someone, maybe because he's a little more clear-headed because he just took care of the nagging voice at the back of his head that said "kill them all, drink their blood." He's actually really well. He's in tune. He carries around with him some exotic spices and he's able to cook them just to perfection. You're chowing down on this, and it is actually really good. And I will say that you are able to preserve the rest of it. Well, not the. I mean, it's huge, but you're able to preserve enough of it that, and with your ability to carry food, you could probably be eating this dried raptor, for another 2 or 3 days.
Nice.
The rest of it, it's too much to take with. It's like it's bigger than a cow, so it's more food than you could possibly eat.
Naturally.
And carry, but yeah, you're stocked up for a while, and it's good. He's really good at this.
Oh, it's Karim fried chicken.
You just opened the first franchise location.
Come on down to Karim Fried Chicken right here on the weird endless band of plains, somewhere between Aosk and the tower with the dumb name that I can't remember.
Noah-tune.
Noah-tune. Yeah, actually, that's not a dumb name. That's pretty cool. Noah-tune. Anyway.
Are you guys all staying up for the evening, or are some of you getting any sleep? Or
I mean, yeah, I'm not capable of pulling all nighters.
I'm getting sleep.
okay, Kareem, are you staying up to kind of keep an eye on everybody?
Yeah,
Or
I guess
you
so.
Like, do you
okay?
like? I don't mean to be
You
rude,
will.
but with your condition, but like, do you need sleep? Are you able to sleep? I don't understand what you got going on. I know you don't either, but
So
you know more about it than we do.
we didn't. I didn't detail this in there. Your body still needs to rest every now and then. That's a biological function. Your curse gives you enhanced strength in the evening, um, but you're not an undead. You are capable of sleep, and not only does sleep act, your body's still capable of getting tired. But as we
Mhm.
know, there's certain uh, not only physical but mental aspects to taking sleep at it over a period of time. That being said, I will say that you
Okay,
are,
so I've been awake for like 36 hours and I'm
yeah.
starting to get whacked out. Okay, I
Oh,
should get some
that's
sleep.
yeah. So one, you have the option. So all right, you are in the middle of a plains. You are there's a quarter mile, a little over toward the forest where you came from. There's 3/4 of a mile ish to the other side. You look around, it's dark, but you don't see anything. Do you all just want to go to sleep right here? Or do you need someone to stay awake? That's what I was asking.
I don't remember how we've done this in the past. Didn't we set a watch?
Uh, I
So
think we took turns.
It depends. Sometimes you all slept, sometimes somebody stayed up. You haven't done it the same every time.
Well, tell you what, you haven't slept in like 2 days, and you actually took some like you slammed into a tree. That's still, even though I did some healy, you're probably still not quite right. I'll take the first watch. Y'all have a nap.
I'll get the next
Okay.
watch.
Okay, so you guys are splitting it then, so everybody at least gets some sleep. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're not
So
monsters except for Kareem.
Kareem, it's interesting. You lay down, and at first you're like, "Am I gonna be able to sleep? I'm a vampire now." Zonk. You're out. Your body has put you through quite a bit. In addition to the fact that you are a fledgling vampire at this, Alaric, you're out fairly soon as well. Angel, go ahead and roll a d20 for me, please.
D20 for you, please. I can do that. I have one right here. Oh, yep. I got a 4
You got a 4.
in a row.
1 second. About 2 hours into your watch, I'll assume it's about a 4 hour split. 4 hours for you, 4 hours for him, ish, 3 to 4. About
Sure.
2 hours into it, you hear the grass around you starting to a little ways to the north. Some of the taller grass. You notice sound of something moving in the grass, and you can start to see some of the grass parting. It doesn't look very large, but it's a little difficult to tell in the moonlight. It's probably a good 100 feet in front of you, so a third of a football field. What do you want to wait and see what it is? Do you want to wake them up, or what do you want to prepare something? What do you want to do?
I'm going to grab. Okay, I want to use Mr. DM, manifest
Mm-hmm.
white to just essentially shine a light over there. So how much mana
Okay.
do I need for that?
For just that, about 100 feet away, not much. You just need a white and one of anything. You're not trying to create like a beacon that you can see from Mars, right? You want to light that up to see what it
Yeah,
is.
I want to see what's over there and let what's over there know that I see it.
Ah, on purpose. Okay, a white and one will be more than sufficient to do that.
All right, so I've let's see. I've got at least one planes left, and I guess I'll use the Grove of the Burn Willows for the other one. Why not?
Okay. All right. You go ahead and do that. Simple enough. You don't even need to roll for that. You light up, and suddenly, like, there's like a stadium level spotlight behind this, and the stag rears up and immediately bolts, starting to go back the way it came, in a little bit, almost in an easternly direction from where it was.
Oh, okay. Just a deer. Cool.
After about 50 feet, you hear a roar, and something else leaps at the deer and takes it down. And you hear the sound of bone crunching and snapping, and then you hear the deer being hauled away, but is being hauled away from you, not in your direction.
Well,
because of where you
I guess that predator is welcome for the flashlight.
you can't really see what it is because of how the light is and the fact that it's dark.
Naturally.
But it's heading the other direction. Do you want to take any other action, or just keep an eye out?
No, I'm good to let it just go. It's got its meal. It's dragging it away. We're probably good.
Okay.
So I'll kill the light or whatever I need to do with that and go back to being on watch.
All right. The rest of your watch passes without issue. You hear dogs now.
It must have been a dog, a canine creature that attacked that deer.
I'm actually going to have to go in a minute. So what I'll say is, hey, Alaric, you get off easy. Nothing happens during your watch. So, I hate to do it. I've honestly, this has been a lot of fun for me. But I need to go help Carrie get ready for bed, and I need to take care of these dogs. So,
Baby,
we're gonna stop here and pick up here next time, which will not be next week probably because of other stuff. But I definitely want to get back to this sooner rather than later.
Very true.
You guys, do you feel, those of you that are playing with me, you feel like you understand how everything's working pretty well?
Yeah.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
We'll continue to discuss these things going forward. I'm going to quickly say my final thought. And again, I hate to be so abrupt about this, but I will say everyone is doing well, staying safe and healthy. Had a bit of a thing happen at our house where I went to go replace a toilet, and this was on the first floor with wood, which has wood floors. And my dad and I took up the old toilet, had the new one ready to go, and the wax ring on the old one was not correctly installed. Or if it was, it's been in the house for 20 years because the wood had rotted. So what was going to be a fairly easy like home improvement, just a little project, became much more difficult. You know how hard it is to find wood flooring these days? Harder than you would expect because laminate is the thing. Like everywhere we go, laminate, laminate, laminate. And you can't just buy like a plank or two of wood flooring. You have to buy like a box of it. So that's been a bit of a thing, but hopefully we'll have that fixed soon so we can actually use the bathroom on the first floor without having to go up to the second floor all the time. So yay. But first world problems. So again,
you remember earlier when I said I got a new windshield and Brian said, I feel like there's a story there. And then he just casually drops, yeah, we're just going to replace a turlet. I'm sorry, what? I feel like there's a story there.
There you go. No, well, so it had been making sounds and I had looked up how to fix it and it just wasn't running very well. And it wasn't, again, we've lived in this house for 8 years, but this house was built in 1999. We've never replaced it. So it's probably a 20-year-old toilet. And at one point I had replaced some of the insides, and at this point it just wasn't working. I had also noticed that the floor around it was not looking great. So I thought, okay, if there's a leak, I want to get it taken care of. I was not shocked that the wood was rotted, but I was disappointed how much it had. And then, like I said, having to find the new flooring was just a lot harder than I thought it would be. Took us a couple days. So, but soon we'll have we have the new one ready to go. That's not the hard part. It's just that every time we do any kind of project, it always becomes more complicated than we thought it would be. That's just the golden rule for projects in our house.
Yeah, the old
So,
man calls it the curse of the 5 minute job.
yep, sounds about right. If it should take 5 minutes, it's going to take 15. And so I told my dad, Carrie and I went out yesterday and bought the new wood after pricing and finding it, and I had to buy a box. So it's way more than we need, but if we need to replace any elsewhere, we've at least got it. So Dad is like, "Well, do you want to take up all the floor in the bathroom?" And I'm like, "That's an easy way to take this job that's already 3 times as hard as we thought it would be and make it like 100 times. So let's not." Let's not go looking for it. Dad's a home improvement kind of guy. And if there's nothing wrong with that other wood, and as long as it matches pretty close, I think we're good. But yeah. So again, hope everybody's enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed this, and hopefully do another one soon. And I'm gonna go, but I hope everybody else is doing well and has a safe and healthy and all that good stuff evening. Okay?
All right,
Okay.
night B.
Night night.
All right. Well, for me, Trevor, for the summer and everything, he had a list of things that he was supposed to be doing, like summer projects, home, just stuff that he's supposed to be doing. And he did everything that was asked, and as his reward, he got a Switch and Pokemon Sword. Well, I acquired a Switch and Pokemon Shield, and so he and I have been playing Pokemon, and I have been thoroughly enjoying playing Pokemon with him and everything of that sort. Um, I had realized that the two of us have very different play styles. Trevor's playstyle is, I'm going to try and blaze through the story as fast as possible with the same 6 Pokemon the whole time. And mine is, I'm going to get through the story, but I'm going to try and see if I can find all the Pokemon in an area before I move on. And then as I go, oh, we're going to get to this gym. Well, I'm going to need to deck out my group with, at least 3 Pokemon of the type that counters the gym. And that means I have to level them up too. So, I spend a little bit of extra time working on what I'm doing. And so Trevor
Trevor's
gets
like,
a little bit further into the story.
Motherland!
And so Trevor gets a little bit further into the story, but when it's like, oh, Dad, I want to level up this Pokemon and everything, it's like, all right, well, what do you got to trade me? He's like, ooh, I want that one that you have. I want this one. I'm like, okay, what do you have to trade me? And I look at what he has, and I'm going, Trevor, I have all of these Pokemon. You don't have any that I don't have. And so there are a couple here and there that he has that we've traded for, but I went and found Eevees. Like, I found enough Eevees that I was able to there's a nursery where you can put a boy and a girl, and they'll lay eggs. They'll lay eggs. And so I've actually been getting eggs from the Eevees I've got. He has yet to see an Eevee on his version because he likes to just blaze right on through. It's like, all right, here's the Pokemon in there. Awesome. I've caught them. Moving on. He doesn't quite take the time to go, all right, well, I'm going to go through this area. All right, let me thoroughly explore it, make sure I got everything. Hey, there's a Pokemon I don't have, and it's occasionally a rare Pokemon, like Eevee. And so I have spent my time trying to get a hold of additional ones. So,
This
but yeah,
definitely sounds like exactly what you'd expect given the age that you're each at.
yes. So but needless to say, it's been a lot of fun. Like we did this with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. That we played it. We both had our different styles. We progressed at about the same rate and everything. But again, he was the style where he wants to just blaze right on through, and then I'm the one who has all the cool stuff that he's always wanting. And I'm like, well, you got to give me something to trade for, and so he has to go and try and find something that I don't have to trade it to me so that I can give him the cool stuff that he really wants.
He's like, look,
So,
it's not my fault that you already combed everywhere. Don't give me this crap, Dad.
so, but that is my final thought and everything. And with that, I'm going to head on to bed. So you guys all have a wonderful night.
All right. Well, have a good night, Zert.
Bye.
How about you, Beardy Man?
I feel like I might have had something in mind earlier, but I don't know. So, Dune is hitting theaters this weekend.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max already. Gothic watched it instead of listening to us.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's right. The studio is doing HBO Max in theaters at the same time. I guess it would have first opened tonight since it's Thursday.
Yeah, Gothic told me earlier today. He's like, dude, you know what happens tonight? I was like, or what comes out tonight? I went, porn? He said, what? I know what happens tonight. He's like, Dune. I'm like, oh, you gonna go see it? He's like, it's on HBO Max. Oh, he's like 6 o'clock. It's like, you gonna watch? Yeah, I'm gonna watch. Okay.
Yes, it's really long too.
Oh, is it?
I think so. Let me see. I have this other page open. How long does it say? It is. Nope, this one doesn't say how long it is. It is. Come on.
It is 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. 155 minutes. I'm like, how much is that? But yeah, 2.5 hours. So.
Nice. Gothic did say in the Discord that, wait, what did he say? Word for word. He said, wow, it was amazing.
Well, good.
Having watched the and loved the David Lynch movie, as dumb as it is, I love it. And I also have watched the low budget sci-fi miniseries that's
That was good too.
like a stage play sort of thing. It was also really good in a completely different way. I even liked the Children of Dune follow-up series. I think it might have even been better. I'm very excited about this new one.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. And if people like it enough, then they'll film the second part. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, David Lynch had that problem originally. His cut was like absurdly long. Like it would have had to have been split into 2 parts to go into theaters.
Yeah, it was the theatrical cut was 2 hours 17 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And there was an extended cut that is, oh, come on. Is it not going to tell me somewhere? Curses. Like, I've got it. Wait, this says 5 hours and 14 minutes. That can't be right, because I've watched it. It's not 5 hours and 14 minutes.
No, there's another one that's closer to 4. there's more than one long version. Like the long version was, it was more like 6. Almost
Jesus.
6. I mean, I've heard myths of it, and I think some of them are exaggerated, but
Like that was on Amazon that it said that, so I don't know.
mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is, but
Yeah, there's another cut that I think the longest one was only ever released on Laserdisc format, but that other long one has been released in other formats.
Jesus. Yeah, I've got like I think it's like a 3.5 hour version or something
Mm-hmm.
that adds some neat stuff, but also is miserable to watch. Like some of the scenes that there are there that weren't in the theatrical cut are really cool,
Mm-hmm.
but they just kill the pacing. Jesus.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And this is speaking as a fan. Like
I've never seen anything other than the theatrical cut. I've just read about the other ones.
oh man, I might still have it. Yeah, there it is. I had like a Dune movie like picture storybook when I was a kid, and I still do. I can see it on the shelf in front of me. And it had pieces of story that weren't in the movie, but it had like stills that went with that part of the movie, and I was like,
I think I picked up one of those at a used bookstore one time. That sounds familiar.
it's red and it's really tall,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, it's I don't know how you
And does it have does it explain the weirding way in a completely different way than what was used in the movie?
Maybe I haven't actually read it in forever.
I know there's something in there that's explained in a different way than how it was actually done in the movie. I remember reading that and be like, huh.
I mean, I know it's completely different in the book because there's no sound and module and chuck saw and all that.
Yeah.
Makes me want to read Dune. I've read the first Dune probably like 4 or 5 times, and every time I read it, I'm like, damn, that was good, and I never want to read it again. And yet, then like a decade later, I'm like, oh, I should read Dune again.
Yeah, maybe I will again one day.
And I do, and I'm like, man, that was good, and I never want to read it again.
Yeah, Dune, Dune Messiah, Children of Dune, that's quality. That's it. That's great. If you just want to stop there, wonderful.
Yeah, God Emperor is where it gets weird.
That's the essentials, yeah.
And I haven't read
God
past
Emperor,
that.
God Emperor, Heretics, and
Chapter
Chapter
House.
House. It just gets progressively more weird and out there as Brian Herbert started, helping more, air quotes helping.
And that's the last one that had Frank Herbert's name on it, right? After that, it's all Brian.
Yeah. Frank Herbert. Yeah, after Chapter House was finished, Frank Herbert died before he could get into the other stuff that he had made notes about. And then Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson worked on prequel novels, and they also later took those notes that Frank Herbert had left about the next phase of the story and fleshed it out and wrote stuff for that too.
You learn all kinds of stuff on this show, don't you?
I loved when I was in middle school and high school. Loved.
Wait, loved what?
Dune.
Oh. You just sort of stopped. We were like,
Well, no, I said I loved Dune when I was in middle school and high school, and then I was emphasizing loved.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We'll go with that.
It's not going with it. That's what I said.
Sure it is. Okay, Boomer. I say being several years older than Mike. So are you gonna go see it?
Yes, I just got to figure out what day and where, cause mom sent me an email yesterday about this neat little independent theater in Chapel Hill that had showings on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She says, "Oh, I saw this. I just wondered if you were interested in it. And it's been a long time since I've been to that little theater. It's called the Chelsea Theater, and it's in Chapel Hill. And it's been there a long time. Um, and several years ago, it changed ownership to be like employee owned, and they renovated on the inside. And Mom said it's real nice, and it has like it's adjacent to a coffee shop, and Mom says that they basically took down the wall between the theater lobby and the coffee shop, and you can just go back and forth and like get a drink and a snack from the coffee shop and take it back into the theater and go watch your movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I might go check it out there Saturday or Sunday. Just need to figure out exactly when.
Nice. Yeah, Mom asked me about it. She's like, hey, did you know Dune is coming out soon? I went, oh, yeah. She's like, are we going to go see that? I said, I don't know. We might. I mean, I was thinking of just watching it on HBO Max since I don't know about quality yet. She was like, and that's the last that either of us brought it up. That was just a few days ago, though. So Mom and I might end up going to see it since, that's who I go see movies with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Gothic liked it. But what does Gothic know? Gothic also liked, I don't know, some other thing, I'm sure. Gothic likes things. I can't even talk smack about Gothic because I got nothing. Gothic also liked bacon. I don't know. Oh yeah, we're still doing the show.
Right. It's not after.
We're not in odds and ends.
Odds and ends. Okay, yeah, that's my final thought. Might go see a movie.
Nice. I really hope that it doesn't suck. That is my only hope.
I have a good feeling about it.
I luckily, other than the original teaser, I haven't seen any trailers or anything, so I have no idea what to expect, and I'm excited by that.
Yeah, there have been some more trailers. They look good. I saw another clip on Good Morning America this morning because they were talking to Josh Brolin, and they played a clip of him and Paul sparring with shields, and thought that was cool.
Wait, Josh Brolin's in this?
Yeah, Josh Brolin is Gurney Halleck.
No.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. See, I don't even know the cast other than Paul Atreides.
Let me look up. Let me just make sure I'm saying the right actor's name. Josh Brolin. Yes.
Nice. He was Thanos,
That's right.
And Cable, which is just weird to me.
Oh yeah, I didn't see the Deadpool stuff. I didn't know that.
He was Cable.
Was Cable in Deadpool?
Deadpool 2, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. So okay then. Well, before I get into my final thought, let me do the Patreon thing real quick. So hey, patreon.com/themanapool. The perks and the shout out and all that stuff. You know the deal by now. And if not, go check it out. Let me thank our mythic lifeguards. Jason Doan Kim Ho, The Beast Father Aaron Goodwine, scroll, Al, Aleph Cat, ALK Alters, Andrew Hunt, Cody Buckowing, Connor Kennedy, Jake Janssens, scroll, Jason Kaus, Jeff Spencer, John Parker, Casey, Beardy Man, Mr. Dr. Lewis, Gothic, hey, PJ McMullins, Scuzzo, Team You Hellas Are You, Violet Moon, and what is that on my screen next to Violet's name? And Stan. Sorry, it's like a... Ugh, it's something sticky. Ugh, okay, I gotta clean that in a minute. Sorry. Did I say Stan? And Stan. I've said it 3 times now. Good. So, yeah. So, for my final thought, I'm doing things. Remember last week I said I'm gonna start playing Eternal Champions? Not Eternal Champions, Eternal Darkness. Wrong game with Eternal in it that I had back in the day. Eternal Champions is a fighting game on the Genesis and the Sega CD. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, the bizarre GameCube classic with the sanity effects that were freaking copyrighted or trademarked or whatever the term is, so you don't see that in other games. I'm going to be playing that. If I don't start on Friday, it's because I dashed late, and if I don't, and either way, I'm going to be playing it on Sunday because it's a long game and it's almost Halloween. So I'm not going to be playing through all the campaign, 4 times to get the true ending. I'm just going to be doing the sanity run just to show off more of the weird sanity stuff. And I think the sanity run is medium difficulty. Like, I'm pretty sure that the magic run is easy, the sanity run is medium, and the whatever the red is hard because enemies take for damn ever to kill.
Yeah, I had thought that the sanity was easy because the enemies have the least health, or at least I felt like they had the least health.
Well, when I looked it up, I found one source that said what I said, and I found one source that said what you said. So I think red is hard and the other two are not, I think is the real takeaway. But whichever, it's red, green, and blue, which is health, sanity, and magic. And whichever one you focus on is the one that the enemies will be more geared towards and take away from you more. So since I'm doing a stream, I'm going to do the sanity run. That way, like I said, you get to see more of the weird sanity effects, which are the best part of the game, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
So that will be starting soon. Sometime probably before this goes live or goes public, I will have started already, and then I will try to get through the first run before or on Halloween. But like I said, it's a long game, so I might not quite be successful. Also, I beat Dead Cells for the first time last night on stream. That was awesome.
Nice.
Dead Cells is a roguelike Metroidvania game, and I managed to get a build that was really good for just getting through everywhere. I was doing the freezy smashy because I had an ice bow that would freeze enemies, and then I had a nutcracker, which is a big piss off hammer that does crit damage to anything that's frozen or stunned. So it was shoot with a bow to freeze, blam with the hammer, and it evaporated whatever I hit with it, except for very hard bosses and the harder basic enemies in the very last section. Otherwise, it was freeze, dead, freeze, dead, freeze, dead. It was glorious. So, yay. And other than that, I haven't been streaming lately because, I don't know, I don't think I said this on the air. I've been going through some personal nonsense, some upheaval, dealing with emotional fallout and all that. So I haven't been streaming as much lately, but I'm slowly working through all that. And, yeah. So streams should be picking back up at a decent pace. Yeah. Also, if you're looking for horror movies to watch, I highly recommend the Fear Street trilogy on Netflix. I just finished those, and holy crap. It is not kid-friendly, even though it's based on R.L. Stine books. But it was... you have to watch it as a trilogy, though. You can't just watch the first one and be like, nah, I'm done. No, because you're only getting a part of the story. But the first one is Fear Street, I think it's 1994. And then it's... The second one is Fear Street, 1978, I want to say. And the third one is 1666, maybe? I don't know. But they go in reverse date order to watch. But they have a very clear part 1, part 2, part 3 listed on Netflix. So, yeah. If you're into horror movies, they're slasher movies, but they're not your usual, nonsensical slasher movie. There's a very awesome story that's going along, and I love them. Yay. And if you're not into that and you want to see a movie that is the best kind of stupid, I watched yesterday afternoon, I watched Willy's Wonderland. It's on Hulu. And it's a Nicolas Cage movie. And it's essentially Five Nights at Freddy's with the serial numbers filed off. And it is dumb, but it is just the best kind of dumb. Like, Nicolas Cage is the guy who's credited as the janitor. And it is unlike any role that you've ever seen Nicolas Cage in, but I don't want to say more because that'll give away something that you'll realize relatively quickly and go, what? But it's so dumb, and it was the best dumb. I loved it. Not like The Room. It wasn't a bad movie, but it was a dumb movie. So there you go. There are some Halloween recommendations from your old pal Chewy. Mike, you might even like Willy's Wonderland. Mike doesn't do horror movies, but it's not really a horror movie. Not
Okay.
really. Like, it's got horror elements, but like so did Labyrinth. Like, but anyway, it's got more horror elements than Labyrinth. Let's be clear. But yeah, it's really just a big stupid movie, and I loved every minute of it. Especially once I realized what was going on, I was like, can Nick Cage pull this off? Like, as an actor? And it turns out, yeah, he can.
He knows what he's doing.
So, yeah. But okay, with that, we'll be done. Also, the deep end is coming along. I really need to get back with my designer to see if she's got any work done on the logo yet. I met with her one day last week and described the logo in like a possible like banner image type thing. This is for the other YouTube channel that'll have the scripted like video essay style things. And I still have all the notes for the Legend of Zelda cartoon episode. I just haven't actually, because of said nonsense I've been dealing with, I haven't actually started on the script itself yet. So, yeah. But it's still rolling around in my head, and I keep having like good ideas and going to my notes and jotting them down. So I'm still working on it, just not like directly. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm very excited to be starting like for real this new chapter in my content creation. Super hyped about that. And playing Eternal Darkness. I'm very excited about it because I loved Eternal Darkness in college. Like, loved it. And I don't know how the actual gameplay is going to hold up. I think it's probably fine, but I don't know if I'm just saying that. So I'm excited to see how it works. Yeah. But with that, we will be done with this episode 635. Wow. Of the Mana Pool. Thank you all so very much for joining us. And watch out for panthers that sneak up on you out of nowhere. And make sure that your friend isn't accidentally a vampire.